Scene on BBC Radio London with Aurie Styla.
This is The Scene.
That was Breathe by Sean Paul and Blue Cantrell. My name's Aurie Styla. This is BBC Radio London, The Scene. Got my next guest in the building, reggae and dancehall artist, and one of my favourite. I said it clearly to his face. I didn't feel no way about being a bit of a fanboy right now. What's going on, Agent Sasco? How you doing, sir?
Yeah, man. Check, love and respect. Thanks for having me here today.
No, thank you for coming down, man. I know your schedule's been busy touring as well, so thank you.
Yeah, it's a great vibe. I'm in London for the next few hours, and then I have to be out of here, so it's a good way to spend it. No,
I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. I mean, I've said you was touring recently with Damien Marley as well.
Yeah. We had a couple of dates. Damien has gone to Belgium now, so we did the Ends Festival yesterday, Bristol, Bournemouth, and and Sheffield. Yeah, good vibes.
Nice, man. I saw some of the videos. Everybody singing, dancing around, enjoying themselves. Pure energy, man.
Yeah, it's a great vibe, and of course, also a slightly different, texture or market than I'd be familiar with in the UK. Of course, when we come through, it's we go through London and Birmingham and some place, and our people them straight, and
of course, yeah.
But this time around, certainly had a different experience, and it was great, all the same, but. Yeah, good vibes.
Similar to, Europe. Europe is something, when you say our people in certain areas like Birmingham and London and so on, when you go to Europe, like I said, I've met you at Reggae Guild before, and crowd is a sea full of different faces. Yeah. Is it similar to that when you're going to different areas as well?
Yeah, absolutely. But, the mission is always the same. You want the people to, enjoy themselves and, all a good vibe. And, for those who might be, getting exposure to the music somehow for, the first time, or even if they know a little bit of it, but just this is a further experience. Then you definitely want to make sure that it's a positive one for them. And
no, of course,
so the mission continues, and like I say, it's always the same.
And you are an ambassador for reggae music. I've always said, if you listen to your style of music from start to finish, there's always been two things: consistency and positivity in all of your tunes.
Yeah, man. I'm more so now than when I was younger and still trying to figure it out. But like especially now, it's about me sharing the things that are important to me, and my love and respect for the music also comes out in that, because at all times I'm never trying to further myself at the expense of the music. I will always do things according to what I think is best for the music, because if the music does well, then we all do well. But one man might be having success over there, so when the music suffers, that can't be good. So it's always it's always good to try take care of the music as best as you can, and everything else take care of itself after that.
Of course. Mm-hmm. You were saying when you was younger, you was kind of trying to figure out yourself in music, and I would say more dancehall younger, and then you got older. I think your music started, I wouldn't say change, but you start to appreciate.
No, man, you can't say change. Why people fear that change? So change is good enough.
Well, I wouldn't say, because I would never take dancehall away from you, because you still have the
no, absolutely. So that's like saying, change in terms of my expression, for the first, let's say, 10 years was almost exclusively dancehall. Well, especially the material that people would know, but I've always done reggae tracks. I think more than anything, the more experience I get, it's not just because older is just a matter of time, but experience is is a matter of learning and taking lessons and improving on things and skills and what have you. I think a natural part of my pursuit to be a student of the music and to develop is to grow beyond my dancehall expression, because I have that. I've been using that for most of my life. So then why not develop new skill sets and other ways of expression, other ways that can reach more people, and make it even more palatable for them. And also, I believe in continuous improvement. So you can always do something that will make it better, and once again, give it a better chance at having more impact. So that's the mission at all times.
No, of course. You said about expressing and reaching people. And one platform I know that not just you, but your family heavily involved in, particularly one show I watch, which you know I'm going to say. I mean, you're family man big time, and one of the brightest and most expressive and vibrant members of your family is your amazing daughter, and she has the LC show.
Yeah.
I mean, that is amazing to see.
Well, absolutely, and one of the things that my experience has taught me that has led to, like you say, a change in my expression is having a family and having like things really put in perspective and you get to decide what is important to you. So having that situation really, it really, I said it on a song several years ago. I get a daughter now, so I have to think smarter now. So that that was when my first daughter was born. But through that experience and the more family grew and thing, then it's a different vibe. But it's an absolute blessing, and of course Lauren is her own personality, but Joshua and Ali, my wife, they all have them, just different vibes, and what I mean, it's all good.
You got when I say a beautiful family with kids with manners and respect, and they're so vibrant and look like you exactly.
Yeah.
You could not
carve
walk
them out. Properly carve out.
Trust me, look just like you, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
Man, respect.
And one thing, I mean, it's music, but it's also we spoke on family. I mean, you tour the world doing music, and and obviously to go back home to see family. But how is it? Do you find it difficult at times when you're away for a while and have to go back home, or just wanting to go back home early?
Well, so absolutely. Like I've been away now, for like maybe a week or so, and it feels like 3 weeks because that's your that's your routine. You wake up and them come and it's time for school. I mean, like all of that. Like, so once you're in a hotel room and you're outside of that, it's easy to miss. But like I understand and they understand. You have to do what you have to do. I try, especially my son. I try to tell him that as a man, you'll be called upon to do things for your family that might not be the most desirable at the time, or you want to stay home and chill, but you have to go make it happen. So the best thing to do is take that lesson for myself and just know, so when it's time to go and fix things, you do that. And of course technology make it a lot easier these days. You can FaceTime and still sometimes Lauren, I'm in the middle, I have to put the phone now on airplane mode because I could be in this interview and get a FaceTime. Daddy, Joshua won't behave. You know what I mean? So you still get to be there and be very much a part of what's going on as much as you can. Yeah.
Nice. Let's bring it back to the music now. You've worked with I mean, more or less every, I mean, if not worked with, but even just toured with or performed on the same stage with near enough every artist in the Caribbean, Jamaica particularly, but worldwide, we're talking working with Kanye West and Kendrick Lamar as well. And that was on The Black of the Berry? Yeah,
so The Black of the Berry was Kendrick and the Pimp a Butterfly album. And for Kanye, that was the Yeezus album. I've done work with Royce the 5'9" on his last Booker Ryan album. Once again, my Bridging Cardinal Official, and a couple of others. I just had a song premiered with Jules that's supposed to be released this month here in the UK. Several UK artists from Cadenza, and different producers. Once again, the mission is the same. I'm always just trying to give a great account of my music. You know what I mean? So what's important to me, and want to of course make sure so that the thing I represent,
of course,
at all times, yeah,
of course. And this one shocked me. I never even realized this. But I didn't watch this. I didn't even see this. The soundtrack for Baywatch.
Oh yeah. That was that's one of the most interesting experiences I've had recording wise, because I was called upon to do. They said we just love your voice. Can you just do some vocalizations? I was like, some what? What is about my mother? And what it reinforced for me is that the idea of the world is such a massive place, and there are so many things that you can do that is in alignment with what you're passionate about. I built my studio like a year ago, and then, you know, things like this came in, and I was like, okay, so, you know, building a studio is not about, you know, what song can I make, but there's just, you know, so much that you can do, you know, that falls within the scope of music and recording. You know, there's the video game industry, which is a totally different, you know, universe again.
Yeah,
and
course.
then, you know, movie stuff and whatever. And once again, when people think movies, they think, oh, I'm making a song. No, it's like sometimes them just want to ball out and make some noise, or them can sample and turn into something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it just reinforces that there's so much you can do. So, you know, for every kid out there, or anybody, not just kids, but anybody who, you know, have something they're passionate about and want to pursue it, just remember that it doesn't have to be the narrow lane that everybody is trying to, you know, to squeeze in. There are so many other avenues. Yeah.
No, of course. Now let's talk about your latest album. Now, when I heard firstly Theory of Reggaetivity, I was like, nah, this is the dime piece. This is the crowning one.
Yeah.
How's it? Sasco, how are you gonna top this one? And then Hope River. Listen, you're consistent fully through.
Yeah.
We're gonna let's talk Hope River. Actually, I got a big up for you. Mon from Central London just called in to say big up Sasco. He's her favourite artist, loves him. Saw him by chance last year at Carnival. I think that was when you had Spragger, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was a mad vibe.
That was wicked, that one.
Yeah.
And when are you coming back?
All right, so like I said, you know, this time around I'm passing through with Juna Gang. We made some very you know, important, let's say, connections this trip, and, you know, we're already in talks to, you know, come and sort out some things further on. So just stay tuned. You know, the Massive can always, you know, check out what's up on my my Instagram page. That's the one I'm. Oh, by the way, so I'm on Instagram, of course. Everybody know at Agent Sasco, right? So listen, anybody know anybody in Twitter? I have a verified Twitter account that I haven't been able to access for the last, I don't know, like 8 months, because my Twitter is verified, so is my Instagram and my Facebook page, and it seems as if, you know, whenever you try to go in there for, you know, it's like you're just running in a loop of robots and machines.
Rather than someone dealing with it. So anybody out there listening who know them granny or them uncle or them auntie by them cousin side that work over Twitter, please. You know, I have no access to my Twitter account. It's a verified account at Agent Sasco. Because somebody, call somebody. Help out, please. Sasco, please.
I would have tweet some help, but
you can't do it. You can't do it. Listen, Hope River. We're gonna play a track from Hope River, but tell us firstly, Hope River, how did the project come together, sir?
All right, so Hope River. The name of the album is for a river that I grew up beside. Hope River actually is the name of it in the Kintyre community, rural St. Andrew, East Rural, them call it, you know, in Jamaica. And I think a lot of the things that I live by now, a lot of the values and principles that I live by were forged, you know, while I was growing up, you know, alongside the Hope River. And you know, I decided that one of the things that I want to do is share those things that I use to navigate this life that we all have to navigate, right? And, you know, from time to time, I'm called upon to talk to a brethren or, you know, talk to somebody who I'm personally, you know, going through stuff and share it with them. So I'm like, well, you know what, why not use my avenue to share that with as many people as I can? So we talk about, you know, like one of my cornerstone principles, you know, gratitude. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll always see hashtag give thanks and everything.
Yes, I always,
Yeah, because, you know, you have to just remember that, you know, regardless of what the situation is, just give thanks. So one of the songs on the album is titled Grateful, which is what I want you to play, featuring Stephen Marley. And that's, you know, once again, is one of the most important themes and principles that I live by, and I you know, this is a way of sharing it with the world. So here we go. Grateful, Hope River. Let's go.
Grateful, Hope River. Let's go, sir. Yeah. I almost faded that one. I'm glad you said, no, you have to leave it there.
Yeah.
Loving that one. That is Grateful. That is Agent Sasco, Stephen Marley, and Lauren and Joshua as well.
Lauren and Joshua, man. Yeah.
Listen, we can't have you here and not have you ride rhythm, right? So I brought a couple old school instrumentals. I'm going to let you ride them ones, yeah?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Agent Sasco right here on the scene.
What you got?
All right.
What you got?
Come on.
I lie. Turn it up. Hey, watch you now. Hey, Radio London. Volume on the rhythm. I'm on a say what? The Almighty I protect with. I said the Lord will not forsake me, Radio London. So you're not gonna make me suffer by the hands of the wicked. So indeed and them are wicked, we no care if them hate with. I'm on sober God not forsake with. So you're not gonna make me suffer by the hands of the wicked. Hey, follow me now. Hey, tell them so them want to be better things, them know them can't. Them can't do nothing cause of no psalms to chant. The Lord's my shepherd, I shall not want. Jamaica reap the blessing cause of good deeds to plant. He maketh me to lie by the still waters. He shall protect me from all perils and disasters. Oh yeah, the way I walk through the valley of the shadow of a remix. Man, I rush him like a pit bull. Mix with a ratting, clap them like a rifle. Mix with a shotty, say I know for them. Love the watchy, chatty like a peeping time. I mix with a motor. Oh, trying to mix up the original with carbon copy. Never mix the marijuana plant with the poppy. And the better jet, no figure mix up with no naughty, yeah, no fashion trade. Can't come and tell man bossing a sin. Love the girls them caramel, a little coffee. Freaky when she ready, but she know when she fi classy. Talking about a slim girl, mix with a fatty, me a talk about smile. Yes, hey watch her, hey ya know we make your catty one straight. No we make you a wife it up and she a get away. So ya know we make you beat up me get some other day. No one know not me personal. Hey UK, anywhere we go, we say ya be ease up. What I talk about? You know the singer, dancehall music in our place. BBC Radio London. Agent Sasco.
Come on.
Yeah,
yes.
Man. Yeah, man.
Oi. Listen, I'm looking at my producer right now. What? Can we go? You got more in your year, right? So what do you want to do?
No, it's all proper enough. As a matter of fact, no, I must tell you, I have a few more hours before I have to get to the airport or whatever, so I have other mission to go sort out because the agent is always on a mission.
No
so,
problem, sir.
You know the thing, go.
No problem.
Love and respect, man. Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Agent Sasco in the building right here. This is Aurie Styla, BBC Radio London. This is The Scene. You know what? I am going to fling to the news right now. We're going to be back on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are right here on The Scene. Later!